Hey guys, so welcome to another Valorant video. So today I will be showing some tips, tricks, and molly lineups for Brimstone on the map Haven. Alright, let's get into this. So the first trick I found actually involves the B site windows up there. You can actually throw nades through those windows. So for example, this is one of the lineups I found. You're going to line yourself up right here, and this is going to molly off the default plant site on A. You can line yourself up right here. You're going to aim your crosshair somewhere around right there. You can fire that molly off, and as you can see, the trajectory is going straight down onto the A site, and it should land nicely in front of the A site boxes. There we go. Molly's off the default plant site. You can definitely play around with this a lot more. That's just one of the lineups I found. I found that the B side lineups also work, although they're not. Oh, I messed up there, but they're not as useful. They really only molly off like insignificant portions of the map, such as right there. But you can definitely play around this a lot more, as I said, and find your own lineups, find your own tips and tricks that you can use in your own games. And I just want to make this fact known to the people who don't know about it.
Molly.
Here's another lineup that you can use if you don't want to shoot it through the windows on top. Much simpler in my opinion, much more easy to learn. It doesn't have the same finesse as the ones through the windows, but it's still a nice molly to learn. So you want to line yourself up in this corner. Gonna aim right at the corner of that building over there. Fire that while standing still, and boom, that also denies the default plant site for A site. Here's a tip for the attackers. Let's say you've taken A site and you want to deny the rotate from B site or C site. You can actually do this pretty easily. If you line yourself up somewhere around here, just aim at that corner over there. Boom, it should bounce off right over there, and it lands nicely in front of the B doors, I guess, B connector. Prevents the rotate unless they want to take some damage, and of course that will create a sound cue. Here's another one, this time for the defenders. A lot of attackers would like to hide in this corner after they've pushed up. Let's say you've Brimstone this corridor right here, which means they can't really push up, so they're just waiting for your teammates to push up, or they're waiting for the smoke to fade. If you want to flush them out of this corner, it's a very simple lineup to do. You want to line yourself up right in this corner right here, right where the shadow is. Gonna aim. See where those green plants are? You can aim a little bit above, and you want to get it to the level where it's lined up with the antenna on the right, with the green plant on the right, like right here. It's gonna be lined up around right here. So you're gonna aim it up a little bit like this. Just fire that off. Should bounce a few times. It lands right flush in the corner. It flushes them out unless they want to go back here. But yeah, it's a neat little thing to learn, a neat little thing to do, and it could be very, very useful if you pay it out right.
Molly.
Alright guys, on to our next tip here. This is how you would molly mid window from the safety of B site. And usually at the beginning of the round, when I started the game, I would molly it like this.
Molly.
Boom. But that requires me to peek out, and that could potentially be dangerous if they have someone over there watching it. So what I like to do is I like to bounce my molly off that joint right there.
Right here.
Right where that beam hits this beam, you're gonna bounce it off. And if you bounce it off from that angle over there on B site, bounce it off right there, it should land directly inside the window. Here's how I like to line it up. The exact positioning doesn't really matter as much, I found, but if you want a solid lineup, I line myself up right around this corner here. You can do this at the beginning of the match. You can line yourself right around there. You're gonna aim right at the top of the yellow banner, a little bit to the left of it. Just gonna fire. Boom, it's gonna hit the beam. Boom, it lands. The molly lands perfectly in the window and prevents them from peeking out without taking some damage. Alright guys, here's a simple lineup for the attackers. How to reliably molly the back site in front of this wall right here. So like right around here. Reliably do it and quickly. It's a really quick lineup. You can do it as you're running up through double doors or window. So yeah. Alright, so what you want to do is let's say you're coming in from these doors. You're gonna line up here. And here's where you want to aim. You want to aim right there, where that vent kind of meets the top of the wall. You aim right there. You're gonna keep running. It's gonna bounce off that wall, and it's gonna land perfectly center, right in the back of the site, forcing them to push out a little bit. And it just makes the defenders stay on their toes, and it helps your teammates clear out the site. This one's also simple. It's gonna molly the very back of the site behind that wall over there. It's gonna molly over there really reliably. I know it's super simple for a lot of you guys, but some people, they try to molly over it like that, and it just doesn't work out and actually mollies the site. So what you want to do as you're coming up through mid, you and your teammates just aim right around there, fire that molly. It's gonna aim lower. Boom, perfectly clears out the back. Keep in mind though, they can still stay on top of this wooded beam right here, so keep that in mind as you're clearing that side out. Here's another tip for you guys. The props outside of the map do actually have collisions, so I haven't really experimented a lot with this, but you can definitely bounce some mollies off these props, such as these banners. As an example. A cool spot I found to do this is actually this antenna over here, this like pole. You can bounce mollies off onto the C site from the safety of CT corridor. I haven't really experimented a lot with this, but you can definitely do some cool lineups with this in the future. So experiment with yourself and find out how it works.
Molly.
Yeah, there's definitely some collisions there. Boom, bounces right onto this. Bounces right onto C site. Don't know how useful these mollies would be. They're quite situational, but you can definitely do it. It works both ways as well, albeit not as useful as you can see there. But definitely experiment with the props outside the maps. The trees work as well. See if you can find cool lineups and let me know in the comments if you have any. Alright, moving on to the C site now. Let's say the attackers Brimstone this, and they try to get a quick default plant in. To deny the plant, what I like to do, the default plant, I like to aim somewhere in the middle, right around here. Just fire it off. It's gonna bounce off straight into this corner, and should get the default planter. You can always adjust it to get this little corner as well. I haven't found out a specific lineup yet, but it's something you can do really simple, just on the fly. Just do it like that. Boom, it denies the default plant for most places. Alright, now for the attackers on C site. This area here has a lot of potential for mollies, and I found that there's a lot of mollies you can do here that are actually very useful for your team. Alright, so in this corner right here, that platform over there, the C site platform, a lot of people like to play that angle. A lot of people like to opt down that angle, and especially if you have jet, it's a very easy angle to hold, and it's a pain in the ass for the attackers. So you can actually molly that part off. So what you want to do is you want to stand somewhere back here. As again, specific lineup doesn't really matter. It's something you can do on the fly, as long as you can see that little gray spot on the roof over there. In order to molly off this the C site platform, line yourself up somewhere around where the shadow is. Look at the gray spot, and you're just gonna fire. Molly. And boom, that lands perfectly on top of the platform, preventing the defenders from peeking unless they want to take damage. But keep in mind though, it doesn't cover the back of the platform, so tell your teammates to still clear that area out when they're clearing the site. But it makes sure that your teammates don't get massacred as they're coming down this corridor. Right, here's a few more nade lineups that you can do from this position to clear out certain areas in the map. There's a corner over here that some defenders like to hide in. This corner, you can actually easily molly that off and prevent the defenders from hiding there. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to line yourself up somewhere around here. Maybe where the shadow meets the grass. It's not very specific. You can really just do it on the fly. As long as you see this beam right here, that's where you, so not over there, maybe right around here actually. You're gonna aim your crosshair right at that beam. Just fire. Boom, it bounces once, bounces twice. and it perfectly mollies off this corner. It has the added benefit of also sort of blocking out this hallway, which means they have to b-hop over, take a little bit of damage, or just stay back over there. So it's a very nice molly to learn. Once again, I'll show you because I find this one of the most important ones that I found out while testing.
Molly.
Boom, just like that. Alright, here are a few more lineups you can use to molly off the front of the site, the back of the site, and even the top of the boxes. I haven't really perfected the top of the boxes one yet, but I know it exists because I hit it a few times. And they all have a similar lineup, so it's pretty easy to learn. That beam right there, you want to aim somewhere around that beam in order to get those lineups. For example, if I aim right here,
Molly.
mollies off the front of the site. If I aim a little bit to the left,
Molly.
mollies off the back of the site. And hopefully if I aim somewhere between there,
Molly.
mollies off the top of the site. Well, I haven't really perfected the top site, the top box molly, as I said, but it exists. You can actually do it. So yeah, those mollies are good for the attackers if they want to clear out the back site, but they can also be useful for the defenders if they're trying to retake or they flanked and they want to deny the default plant.
Molly.
Very simple to do, very simple to line up, and very useful as well. Keep in mind though, I found that while testing this roof, like could do a lot of damage to you in the mollies. If you're too like far away, it can easily hit the roof.
Molly.
If you're too far away like this, it can easily hit the roof.
Molly.
And yeah, it just denies your molly. So watch out for that roof. Alright, moving on once again to the A site. I haven't found really a lot of mollies for this yet, but I found one that's super useful for the attackers. It mollies off heaven over there, and I actually didn't find this by myself. I found it on Reddit, but I forgot the username of the person who actually posted it. It was late last night and I forgot. I didn't really save it, but if you did find out about this molly and you want credit for it, just please message me in the comments below, and I will definitely take a look and credit you for it. But yeah, so you want to line yourself up right about here where the sandbags meet this wall. You're gonna aim right up here, actually a little bit to the left, actually a little bit forward, a little bit where this corner is. Aim yourself right about here, and you see where the fire starts on that building. You want to aim somewhere right about there.
Molly.
Fire that molly off, bounces neatly straight into heaven, and it should molly off a large majority of it. And you can combine this with your brimstone smokes to really solo take the site if you wanted to. This could be a little bit more flush. You can solo take the site, default plant, and yeah, pretty nice molly. Alright, so that's it guys. Just remember that Haven does not have a skybox, so there's limitless potential of where you can fire these mollies at. You can fire them almost anywhere, all across the map. Find out your own lineups. And remember to share them on Reddit, share them with the community, or keep them to yourself, I guess. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.